So this is obviously my Akari build. Now we're going to go with Standard Death Shield and Shadow Comet, because it's pretty much a must for the Akari build. Then I like to use a single shot rifle with Moaning Winds and Resistance Breaker. Just gives me every 8 seconds, well 4-6 seconds, a massive resistance boost, breaker boost, and of course does that massive hit on Winds. Yet again, a lot of people like to use other guns, but I like to use a single shot. Pistols, really don't worry about. We'll go back over this. These are just there for if you really need them. If you're silly enough to run out of ammo at some point, which I know it can happen, but it shouldn't really with this build. So, yeah, again, one-shot rifle, Moaning Winds, and Fortress for the extra damage. Of course, we're going to use a 3-piece Akari. I'm going to start off with the helmet. Now, on this we have Fire Tsunami and Death Sentence. What we're really looking for is Anomaly, Status, and Cooldown. But we're kind of stuck with 3 Akari pieces as they set up. Just make sure you upgrade all those little diamonds, those little shards, and you'll be fine. The chest is perfect in its talents. Detonator and Tidal Wave, so you get an extra one that kicks off. And 50% cooldown on that overheat. Trousers, wish we'd get rid of that anomaly on the top, but we do get our 3rd hit as well, which is perfect. We want 3 heat waves. Next we have Ash increase to 66%. Now that increases the Ash blast to on almost the whole map, and the Ash boost at another 20% is pretty good for the build we're running. Not so good for other builds, but for this one we're great. And this one, burnt out, have to have burnt out. So 3 heat waves gives you 75% additional damage on that enemy against every other enemy and for your team. And then we have Master Consumer, so we can shoot Fire and Ash, which is going to be out there all the time and doing 150% extra damage. Of course, the Akari is another 50% damage per enemy we hit, so we're trying to hit as many as we can with that Fire Tsunami. Stats don't look that impressive, trust me, they go high. Okay, of course the talents we're using, Heat Wave, we're going to go through the cycles in a little bit, but Heat Wave, we have 3 of those, we want to hit as many people as we can, all 3 of them, that get all that extra damage out, and we got a nice low cooldown on that. Overheat, that just marks everything on the map and doesn't consume, so we want to be using it after people are on Fire and Ash, or Ash, preferably both, but we'll basically spam it as we go along. And Ash Blast, whenever we can get Ash Blast out, we need to do that. It just stops enemies rushing us for a few seconds, keeps us alive a little bit because we are very glass cannon, and of course it adds loads of extra damage, which you'll see from our skill tree in a second. Now we are going top. First one's useless. Yeah, we want the minus 15% on cooldown. Extra damage to Ash, useless there. This is a must. Use an immobilized skill, 45% additional anomaly power. Now you want that, it means it's going to be massive. And of course, after fire, they turn to Ash. A little bit of resistance, that stacks with resistance piercing. No, we're not worried about these weapons at all. But realistically, the armor piece is useless as well. This one here is a must. Ashes gives us invulnerable, which is 15% additional, 10% additional damage against elites, and a slight damage reduction, which helps just a little bit. Extra damage cooldown, and more damage against Ash. Perfect. Now I like this middle tree. You can use the bottom one. I like it for this, so we get an extra cooldown on Heat Wave, and we get an extra 10% cooldown here. The 2 healths realistically aren't a lot. It's just I'm doing it for cooldowns because that Heat Wave needs to be hit again and again and again and again. Our overheat in my opinion is low enough. I want that Heat Wave low. So you could go down here and run all these for the anomalies. Yes, you get more damage per hit, but I would say the cooldown, because you're doing them more times in a mission, actually get you more damage. So it's not always about the most damage per hit at the time. Sometimes about an overall long haul of the game and what you can get the most out of. So that's my skill tree. In a second we'll go through a expedition for you. But for now, here's a panel. Please do take your time. I'm going to leave it up on the screen for a good few seconds. You can obviously cut and paste this, and while you're doing that and looking at it, as I say, send me a like, send me a subscribe, and go on over to Twitch. Get me on there as well. Okay, thank you very much. So now we've got some gameplay of a T15. You can quite easily see it's going to be T15 on the side. It's Chemplant. I'm just going to show you the cycles and how to play this. So I'm not going to show a full run. I'm just going to clip it down and show that we get gold at the end. So what you want to do is run up and you want to hit as many as you can with 3 heat waves. This is it every time. You then want to use your Ash Blast, leave for about 2 seconds, then hit it. As you saw there, I was getting millions of hits and things there. It's very, very easy, but it wipes out every single ad on the map. This one here I messed up because I didn't use my Ash Blast, but that's what you should do is, yet again, 3 heat waves on the boss, Ash Blast, Moaning Winds at that point, and then use your overheat. If you use that cycle, 3 heat waves, Ash Blast, Moaning Winds, overheat, most bosses are almost dead. For the ads, it's the same. It's 3 heat waves when you can. If you haven't got a Ash Blast ready, use an overheat. But if not, then use the Ash Blast, then the overheat, and it should wipe out every ad in that vicinity on the map. Then you will get large numbers. The good thing is when you're in a group, you're increasing the damage for everybody else as well. Now, what I will say is when there's bosses on the map, go for them. Don't worry about the ads. Just hit bosses. Just hit bosses. Just hit them down. The ads, if they're not directly in front of you, obviously if ads rush you like this, will just die anyway. When you use the Ash Blast and the heat wave after the Ash Blast and the overheat after the big heat waves, you will kill everything on the map. Ad-wise, you don't even need to worry about it. Okay, even if you make a few mistakes, it's fine. You are full on in their face, get damage on this because it's the only way you heal. You notice here I'm almost going down, but then I start to get my heal up. Ash Blast, in with the big Moaning Winds, and boom, everything's dead. Well, not everything, but a large amount is dead in one go, and it just makes everything a lot easier to deal with. The Moaning Winds is a very big part of your build. Okay, so we'll go to the last room now. So here we are in the last room. I'm just going to show you a gold. It's not my fastest time. So we'll go there. Yet again, you're going to be able to get hard for what we're doing. Trying to down push off the pile, which is annoying. Otherwise, we'll kill all 3 there at the time. Fast. No biggie. One little straggler. And boom. That's it. The whole room was dead. You didn't even see those ads. And that's the way this runs. If you've got a nice techno with you, or trickster, or someone who can take out elites, you're still just hitting them with the fire and killing the ads because those elites die quicker. Notice that it's literally in 1 to 2 cycles I can kill the whole map. Okay? Then we'll wait for you. That's like literally the whole wave of people in 2 cycles. Here again, I've just hit those ads, but normally I wouldn't bother. I just go straight to the boss. Yeah, again, ignore them. Hit them with the wave, and then yet again hit it with the overheat, and all we've got is one normal little guy, well, one boss wave back here, and we're ready to go again. But literally by the time we run across with this set up from one side to the other, our heat waves are back. So we're never really on a downtime. We're doing maximum damage most amount of time. Exactly what you want. So I'm going to show you the boss. This one's a little bit tricky because they do have very high resistance when they use that. I don't know what it's called. It's sucking all the essence of the other things on the map, which is another reason why hitting them with the Ash Blast and killing most of them on the map. Which time is such a great idea because notice every single one died there. Every ad. I'm not even looking at them. I'm not focusing on them. Just focusing on the boss. And it's exactly how you want to play this. Boom. Dead. Not a problem. As long as things are on fire, Even though you're a glass cannon, you will stay alive. You've just got to get that cycle correct. Get your movement down, and you will kill things, you will melt things, you will gold every single T15 solo and in groups. This is my absolute favourite build at the moment, but we do have more coming. As I say, please do like, subscribe, hit my Twitch channel, and I hope to see you there. Thank you very much.